Hello, everyone. Wow, 2023 already. And if I keep looking over my computer, it's because I can see one of my cats outside climbing up and down the tree, and I get very distracted by cats. So first and foremost, Happy New Year. And I've called this Escaping the Matrix in 2023, and we'll have a bit of discussion about that. I wanted to do a live on this, but my diary is just manic for the next couple of weeks, so it wasn't going to happen. So I thought I'd just put something up, and I promise I will read through and engage with all the comments below. So please do make comments and tell me what you think, because I just love that interaction. So first and foremost, 2023, I honestly can't believe it. I know time's not real and time's all relative, but my goodness, for me, 2022 just flew past for all sorts of reasons. And I really I know lots of people look at Christmas and New Year and there's so much symbolism behind it and what we're doing. But for me, I really like it because I find it a really good time to sort of have a bit of a reset. We had a really quiet Christmas this year. My daughter had just had quite a big operation. My mother wasn't very well. Various other relatives weren't very well. So it was a really lovely, quiet one. And personally, I needed that time to sit and reflect. I'm the type of person that I'm on the go a lot. And my main passion, I shouldn't really say my main passion, but first and foremost, I am a mother to two grown-up children and lots of four-legged members of the family. And that is a huge part of my day, every day, looking after them, and I absolutely love it. I've got a lot of animals that have come from, some of them quite difficult backgrounds. So my passion is really making their lives as healthy, happy and rewarding as possible. And every day I'm learning new things on that. And I'm very lucky because even though some people tell me that, some people tell me, why do you make yourself so busy having all these animals to look after? To me, it's such a gift. It's very much a two-way relationship. I get such pleasure in learning new ways that I can enhance their environments, feed them healthier, exercise them better, address some traumas that they might have from the past, etc. And it's very much a two-way learning process. And also my day job is a therapist, a natural holistic therapist working with animals and their humans. And I'm very busy doing that. And I don't often talk about that a lot on my channel because, I'm working one-on-one with private clients and things. But it's something I've been doing for over 20 years now. And I have a range of tools in my toolbox to do that. And something I'm really passionate about because my channel, Expanding Consciousness Through Curiosity, and the work I do and my home life in terms of surrounding myself with nature and animals, there aren't really that many boundaries. They all sort of merge into one, and I've created that and I love that. So I've been thinking a lot about the concept of the matrix over 2023 and also what I want to do personally where I'm sitting with, because there's this fine balance for me of finding out information, finding out the lies, the brainwashing, the programs that we've all had put into us at various different levels over our lives. There's a fine line between doing that and also my spiritual development side of things, which I know lots of us are really into. And what does that mean for us? And how can we take this knowledge, apply it in our daily lives and do the self-work? We talk about the inner work, the inner work, the inner work, and that's going to mean different things for all of us. We talk about shadow work, and that's something Bryce has been talking about a lot on her channel and with her challenge. And we've got the 60-day challenge that we've all been contributing coming up starting in January. But escaping the matrix just impacts so many different areas of my life. And one thing that I'm really working on at the moment, and I'd love to hear how it works for you all, is getting that balance between informing ourselves on a spiritual level, on an intelligence level, on looking what's going on with our worlds around us, and not getting into the fear vibration, then turning it round to, well, what can we do about it? What do I want to create in my life? What do I want to create? And we talk about humanity, but I always do it for the whole of everything on this beautiful earth that we live on. all creatures great and small, of which humanity is a big impact of that. So I think when I'm personally looking at escaping the matrix, I'm looking at this sort of flow of information. I take in new information and then I absorb it and I make different decisions based on it often. And so it's this constant sort of up and down spiral round, and hopefully the spiral's taking me upwards, not sending me down. And this is why I love having this channel so much. You know, my first channel was deleted overnight, and I had so many animal related videos on there, nothing to do with talking about what's going on in the world. So that was a steep learning curve for me to back up work. I'm still getting problems with censorship. So I really would love it if you could all press the subscribe button and the like button and share it if you can. I've just recently, last week, had one of my videos that I did in August with Mark Atwood removed by YouTube. And, you know, it's still going on. It's really frustrating as a content creator to constantly have the goalpost shifting, not being able to have honest and open conversations. And my channel, you know, expanding consciousness through curiosity, I love speaking to both like-minded guests and also guests that are expanding my consciousness, challenging my belief systems and things. And I've changed loads of belief systems over many years, some of them very ingrained, and I know I will still continue to do that. So I'd love to know what's changed for you guys. What have you changed over the last few years in particular? What belief systems have shifted for you, and what are you seeing? And I am evolving with who I want to talk to on my channel, because for me, I'm the type of person, it has to be genuine. I have to have a genuine curiosity to interact with a person that I'm interviewing on my channel, or having a roundtable discussion or a conversation with, because I'm one of those people where you can read me. I've always, my corporate careers, you know, I'm laughing because it was always like, it was written all over my face. If I think someone's an idiot, they're going to know about it. I can't hide it. I don't know what you'd call it, but you know, it's very obvious what I'm thinking, and there's no side to me. I'm sort of say it as it is, and some people like that and some people hate it. But I'm laughing about it because yes, I will go through stages of, as I'm expanding my knowledge and I'm sort of getting clearer about what resonates with me and what it doesn't. And if I'm not speaking to certain people, doesn't necessarily mean that I've had a fallout with them or anything. It might just be that we're both progressing in different areas, and therefore I'm wanting to expand my knowledge in different areas by having different guests. So I would really invite you to say in the comments below, what sort of information is resonating with you? What would you like to see? So let me tell you a bit about the changes you're going to see with me and my sort of channels in 2023. First and foremost, I have got a wonderful team of people working with me now. A lot of you will have seen on some of the lives, Andrea is often my moderator, and Andrea and I have been working together now for probably about, I think it's about a year and a half. I'm sure she'll correct me in the comments. But this just started out by Andrea reaching out, me saying on one of my lives, I really need some help. Anyone want to? And her reaching out, and we just gelled and clicked straight away. And Andrea's just been invaluable, just doing more, getting more and more involved, because quite frankly, with my little animal sanctuary I've got, being a mum and having all those duties to look after, you know, running a household, looking after lots of animals, which involves a lot of pleasure, but a lot of work. Trust me, if you saw what I do in a day, it's like, if anyone remembers Benny Hill, running around at 50 miles an hour everywhere, fitting all these wonderful things in that I want to do. I've added my gorgeous daughter Lois to the team this year, because Lois and I, we share many passions together. And so we're often listening to the same podcast. We love looking into nutrition, everything health related. We love looking at tools and techniques that we can incorporate into our lives that really help. She's a fantastic athlete, football player. So it's really lovely having that added in, and she's really gelling very well with Andrew and I. And then also this year, Lydia. So Lydia helped me out Lydia is an amazing lady, and she's actually the daughter of someone I used to work with. These coincidences are amazing. But Lydia helped me out quite a few years ago when I was putting together some of my animal courses on the Catherine Edwards Academy, and she did some filming and editing for me for them. And absolutely fantastic. Again, we really gel, really resonate. And so Lydia is now helping me out with my podcast. So any of you that haven't seen my podcast and like to listen to things audibly, the link is below. It's the Live, Love, Learn podcast with Catherine Edwards. And we've got lots more coming on that this year, which I'm really excited about. So this year, you're going to see a lot of things coming out of really good discussions with people on the health, on the nutrition, on spiritual developments, on lifestyle choices and hacks and tools and techniques that we can put in place, because what we do on a daily basis is so important to our levels of health and happiness. And we all know what it's like. I mean, a lot of people have been not very well over the last, this winter here in the UK period, and we won't get into what's causing all these bugs going around and what the cause of them is and why they're so nasty this year. That's a different conversation. But when you're not healthy, when you're in pain, it's so debilitating. It's so difficult to work on these other areas of your life. So that's something I'm really passionate about. And being a holistic therapist and a biologist, this is something I have literally been studying for 40 years. So I just love sharing things, and then people will take what resonates them and what doesn't. And you all know I'm working with two amazing companies, the Asea and the Roots brand, and also Ascent Nutrition. I love the structured water. I share a lot of things on my product page. Why? Because whether we like it or not, we're living in a modern world where there's a lot of challenges on the everyday person. And if we can make our lives easier by using some of these amazing quantum tools and nutraceuticals and health tips and things, then it just takes the pressure off your back. So there's nothing ever I talk about that I don't take myself, my family use, both 2- and 4-legged. So if I find something that works, I'm just the type of person that's passionate about sharing it. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's absolutely fine. But I'd feel really bad not sharing things, because in my work as a therapist, I see how these things help people. So having this team involved transforms what I'm able to offer, because I do have a lot of things that I'm working on outside of what you see on YouTube. Sharing these things and having these discussions with like-minded people. I've got a few things that I'm this close to finalizing in the diary that I'm really, really excited about. So next week, you're going to see an amazing discussion with my friend and naturopath Caroline Mansfield. Now, I have to be careful how I say this, but anyone who's had any sorts of medical interventions, that's suffering from any sorts of lack of energy, health issues, is going to want to watch this talk. So we're going to try very hard to make it YouTube friendly. We will make it YouTube friendly. So that's coming up next Wednesday. I've also got some brilliant people that you haven't seen on my channel before that I'm this close to finalizing the dates for. That's going to give some really practical, great discussions on the nutrition side of things, food choices, how this can impact our body, on other health things that you can look into, on other sort of what I call lifestyle hacks in terms of habits, putting good habits in place. And for me, these are things that I found so transformational to myself, my family, and also people I work with. I really want to share them all with you. This year for me is all about saying yes to opportunity. People often think I'm a real extrovert, and in some respects I am, but I'm also quite an introvert as well. And so I find asking for help or approaching people to come on my channel, I find it really difficult. That's why Andrea and Lois are quite good for me, because they have to G me along. But I'm really passionate about getting these people on there. So I'm really pushing myself. One of the things I'm pushing myself for is to ask more and, not be attached to the outcome. So this year, I'm really saying yes to opportunities. I'm really saying yes to pushing myself to reach for those people that I really want to speak to. And when the time's right, I'm sure I will. So wish me luck in that. And if anyone has any good contacts for me, please do let me know. I'm going to continue always to do stuff about animal health. I know it's not for everyone, but I think when we put that love and care into learning about any animals that we share our life with, it teaches us so much that we can learn and help our humans in our life as well. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing an animal turn around in their health, in their happiness, in their joy, in their zest for life, knowing that you've made a decision that's helped in that. And whether that's a goldfish, a rabbit, a guinea pig, a dog, a horse, a cat, a sheep, it doesn't matter. It's so rewarding, because I really do feel us humans, we love to give back. We love to contribute. And we all know we've all got our own special gifts. And one thing that I've seen, the more I've interacted with people this year, is I just love the fact that everyone's got their special gift to offer. It's so, so important, and it's such a joy to see. So lots of good things coming. You're going to see a lot of improvements in the quality, I hope, of my YouTube channel, of my podcast, of my social media. I have got links to newsletters below. Please sign up to them, because there are a lot of things that I cannot necessarily put on this channel that you will not find if you're not signed up to my newsletter. So I would really encourage you to sign up to my Rumble and BitChute, because we all know that there's certain, particularly when we're talking about taking back our power for our health, a lot of channels do not like us doing that. So sometimes I can't put that information or share that here. So please sign up to my newsletter. For anyone who is on in my Roots community or my Asea community, you're going to see new pages appearing on my website and signing up to specific newsletters for those. Again, where I can share stuff that I'm not allowed to share publicly on other platforms, because it's so important we have this information. And for me, escaping the matrix is all about one of the aspects for me that I've just been working so hard on for the last 10 years, literally. I mean, before any of you knew me on YouTube, I was really pushing the boundaries in terms of natural health and remedies, in terms of, you know, sharing that knowledge. And my goodness, it's been a long battle. It's very weary at times, and then you pick yourself up and you go again, because you just know how important this knowledge is for people. So please do sign up for those. I will not spam you, but you know, it's so hard getting this information out to people, and it makes me so sad when I see when people are in desperate situations for themselves, their family levels, their animal levels, and they've got a serious health crisis where they just don't know where to go to get help. And that is really sad. I'm all about preparing so you've got what you need in advance for when this crisis hits, because all of us are going to face things that come up against. Book club. I've got my new book club that started. So the one I'm doing at the moment is Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. Sorry about my camera going blurry. I'm not very good at the technical side of things. I love this book. It's positive, it's uplifting, it's got lots of simple tools and techniques in. And I love doing the book clubs because, one, it allows me time. It makes me put time in my diary to sit there and reread books or start new books that I really like. And I love it when I used to belong to book clubs and share those discussions. So please do take a look at that, because the good thing is those, I break it up into bite-sized pieces. So you can either go through the whole playlist at, you know, quite a few chunks at a time, or you can break it up into little chunks. And I love seeing your comments below on those, what works for you. I am actually, on a personal level, rereading the Celestine Prophecy, which I love. I mean, that book was written, I think, at the end of the 80s. I read it a long while ago, and I'm rereading it and I'm loving it. So if that's another one you'd like me to do another book club on, please do leave a comment below, and I'm very happy to do that. Please do make suggestions for any other book clubs you'd like as well. The next thing, I will say I'm going to keep these short, and then I have so much to say. I haven't. The next thing I would love your feedback on is, would you like to see more lives? So do you prefer the free records, or would you like to see more lives where you can sort of interact? Personally, a lot of the time I love doing the lives. There's sometimes where I don't think it works so well, if in particular, if it's a new guest that they want to share some initial information and then perhaps bring them back for questions and answers on lives. So this is the type of interaction that's so useful for me. you can email me, but even better, put a comment under the video, because I do make time each week to go through all the comments. Not necessarily, sometimes it's not straight away, but I do. So if you see a guest and you think you'd like me to get them back on a live for more of a Q&A and things like this, please, please, please do comment. So for example, Guru Dev offered to come back on to a Q&A. I've got some new guests coming that you might find quite useful too. So I've done a couple of lives with Huna Flash, which I think the Q&As work brilliantly for those, because we had such good interaction for the audience. So please let me know, is that something you'd like? And if so, let me know. Shanti from Aquarius Rising Africa and Solutions with Aquarius Rising and I are going to be doing a Q&A next Tuesday, doing a live next Tuesday. And we're going to be looking at the really important subjects of MEVEDS, QFS, why we personally think that people shouldn't be waiting for these things to happen and come, and what we think people can be doing in the meantime. So that will be 12 o'clock. I'll put that up later on today. And, you know, interaction and things like that are great. So let me know whether you like them or not, or whether that doesn't resonate with you. The other thing I wanted to cover was consults. So I'm very, very busy with my consults. On my catherineedwards.live, the links are always below. You will see there's a consult page and people can book Zoom consults. Unfortunately, the diary system's not great to work with. So I do often, when people book in slots, have to reschedule people, but I always do that by mutual consent. But what I would say is, when you book a consult, you will then get an email asking you to fill out a consult form. And if it's an animal communication, I then need pictures sent through by email or WhatsApp. So I am getting very, very booked up with those. So if that's something that interests you, please do book in on the system. And then if I need to sort of change the date because it clashes with something else, I will contact you separately to do that. If you've submitted a consult form and you haven't heard back with me within 48 hours, please email me or send me a message, because the problem is on my website with the contact me forms, I get so much spam and it's really hard to stop it. So sometimes the genuine messages get lost. So please don't hesitate to send me a little nudge or a reminder if you need to. And again, my email is always below. So I'm really, really positive and excited about 2023. That doesn't mean I don't think we've all got a lot of work to do, because honestly, I've thought long and hard about this so much over the last couple of years. And I do find I'm certainly not one of these people about it's all in hand, trust the plan, you know, you don't need to worry about anything. For me, I have to sit with what resonates with me, what I'm feeling in my heart, what I'm feeling in my solar plexus, and also engaging my brain. We've got a brain for a reason, and I can see what's happening around us. And I can see, you know, this is where I have to say, I do agree with a lot of what David Icke says, that I can see if we sit back and do nothing, these things are happening. And I'm not the type of person to sit back and do nothing. Obviously, all of us have only got so many hours in our current reality where we can do things. Although, quite frankly, I'm so active during my dream state. I think I'm living a whole different world there. I'm sure a lot of you resonate with that. But I do think this is why it's so important that we've all got our different, you know, areas of specialities that we look into, that we're passionate about. So mine is very much about what we can do, providing people with the tools and techniques, health, wellness, spiritual development, in terms of lifestyle, so that we've all got that energy and that zest for life to really feel we can make a difference and create, all about creating what we do want, not focusing on what we aren't. I love a lot of my friends that have got different channels where they're all covering different things. And this is what I love, is we've all got a different place in this. You know, no one person can cover everything, and they shouldn't do, because that's not what we're designed to do. We've all got our different purposes and things that resonate with us and we can do. So finally, thank you so much. If anyone's got to the end of this, you deserve a medal, because I can talk a lot. As I said, I've been meaning to do this since New Year, and it's just been so many wonderful things happening, lots of four-legged creatures to look after. So two-legged, I mustn't forget, we've got some brilliant photos and information coming up from Lois's surgery and all the brilliant tools and techniques she's been putting in place to get back on track, and speed up and help her healing in that process. So this is a great thing about my job, is things that I use day in, day out with myself, with my family, with my clients. And that's why I love it so much. Everything merges into one core purpose of how can we make this life easier for all of us on it. I'd love to hear your comments below. I'd love to have people suggest, if you're suggesting people to interview, it's really, really helpful if you email me some contact details for that. That really, really helps. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for interacting. You know, it really does mean a lot. And you know, we've all got our purpose in this. I was having a lovely chat to my lovely friend Susie this morning and talking through ideas with her. And I just love having conversations with people and expanding my heart, my mind, my understanding the world, hopefully improving my communication skills as I go along. And just remembering to have fun and smile. You know, I was going to record this yesterday and we had sunshine in the UK. So I thought, no, I'm taking my horses for a walk instead. And I think, you know, these things are important to prioritize what really inspires us and gives us passion. But equally, I am going to be really organized this year and really hopefully providing a lot of good content, which I really hope resonates and helps. That's my passion. You know, if it doesn't help in some way, what's the point? So I'm hoping that all the content that I share will either help give you tools for your own personal life, for how you can tackle things going on there, or it will give you information which will help you make better decisions. Doesn't mean you have to agree with it. That's not the point. But is the information giving you things that are going to help move your life forward, and most importantly, get rid of some of this dark side for all of us? So lots and lots of love to you all. Can you see all my lovely plants, my lovely pictures of my animals? I don't know if you can see that lovely dog and cat picture in the background. That's my lovely dog, Rocket, with Pumpkin, who is still with us. Pumpkin had an abscess over Christmas, so I've been treating that with all my natural stuff. But it did involve a trip to the vet as well, and she was absolutely amazing. Got guinea pig pictures there, cat pictures, children, horse, and even a painting I did. I'm desperate to make time for some of my painting, poetry. I love writing. So all these fun things that we can all do moving forward. But most importantly, let's support each other, appreciate how much, you know, community really means, whether it's an online community, an in-person community, and try and look at, you know, I do like the saying, if you haven't got anything nice to say at all. You know, I think it's so important that for me this year, once again, is all about what can we do. I need awareness of what's gone wrong to sort of make better decisions, but I'm not focusing any energy there. I'm like, okay, I need to know this to know what I don't want. Now, what can I do to turn it into what I do want? Lots of love from me. Look out for the great new interviews. I'm still getting so many people telling me that they're not getting notifications. So the more you interact, the more likely that gets over these algorithms that, quite frankly, are beyond me. And every time I think I've got the hang of it, they change it anyway. So interact and you're much more likely to get the information. Thank you. Peace out.